what is it about that your youth and your upbringing that kind of led you down this path to who you are today? I think our listeners might be interested in some of that insight.
Yeah, I mean, I think mindset has always been a big part in my life. I started Muay Thai at kind of a young age, like 12, 13 years old. So that had a huge impact on my mindset because it just made me feel really good, made me like concentrate, made me focus on things. It toughened me up a lot as well, and kind of like how to make up your energy. And so the Muay Thai definitely helped develop my mindset. And also, I think growing up here on Samui, because it's such a tourist island, we always get an influx of new people all the time. So I would meet new people like every
Right.
single day, either in the gym, even from my school, or just out and about on the island. So I grew up talking to people from all over the world, understanding different perspectives, learning about different cultures. So I think just growing up in that kind of environment made me very open-minded at a very young age. And it's just got even more and more open as the years have gone by.
Yeah. So when did you first arrive at Samui? Were you born there?
I was actually born here. Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay. And that accent, was it slightly, is that English stroke Australian? I can't quite place it.
Yeah, it's funny. Some people say I'm Australian. No, but I'm English. So
You are
my
English.
Yeah, so my dad's English, and his whole family live in the UK. I
Hmm.
lived there for a couple of years to finish school, but then I came back here.
Yeah. So why Muay Thai?
I mean, you grow up in Thailand, Muay Thai is everywhere, right?
Yeah, the
Uh,
national sport.
but I mainly started just because it was a good way to get fit. Like my dad was doing it, some of my friends from school were doing it.
Yeah.
So I just did it as a teenager just to like lose weight, hone up, get a bit stronger. And then the benefits just kept coming in, and I was meeting all these fighters, and that kind of just made me go down the path
Yeah.
into fight.
So it became a part of your life and still is very much a part of your life. So
Big
when did it become from something that was, a fun hobby that kept you fit to a career pathway, to a lifestyle almost?
I'd say when I came back from the UK, so I finished my education over there when I was 18. And then I came back to Samui because I decided I wanted to do a fight just to try it, just
Hmm.
put the Muay Thai to practical use and see what it was like. So I had my first fight, and then since then I was just like, okay, yeah, I want to keep doing this for a while. And I just kept falling in love with the sport. Like the more I learned and the better I got, just motivated me to keep pushing through.
Yeah. And if you don't mind, how old are you?
Now I'm 22.
Have you ever had a contemplative practice, like a mindfulness or meditation? What have you?
I
Yeah.
think the closest thing to like a meditation practice is a yoga teacher training I did. I did a
Hmm.
200-hour course during COVID. So I'm a certified yoga instructor. But that's where I kind of learned more about meditation and like neural
Hmm.
pathways and breathing.
Nice. Yeah.
So visualization, like I learned a lot more in depth during that yoga teacher training.
Mhm.
But for me personally, the Muay Thai has been all the meditation that I needed, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
But
great
yeah.
way to reduce stress and to, keep you positive. So
Yeah.
what's your fight history? Just give me some insight into that.
So I had my first fight when I was 18.
Hmm.
Then COVID happened.
Right, yeah.
But for 2 years, all the stadiums were shut. I couldn't
Hmm.
fight.
Yeah.
I was still training quite a lot because luckily in Thailand, like Thailand just shut down completely straight away. So they didn't let anybody in,
Hmm.
which was very good for people in here because we didn't have COVID for like a year
Yeah.
and the gyms were still open. So we were kind of living normal lives a little bit. And then I managed to have a second fight on the mainland in Thailand, like really like in the middle of nowhere kind of fight. It was on temple grounds. It was just a ring in a field, like it was very, very underground style Thai fight scene.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I managed to do one fight in COVID, and then I started doing the rest of my fights when COVID finished in 2021. 20, yeah. No, 2022.
22, yeah, yeah.
22 is when I
Hmm.
had quite a few fights consecutively.
When I first reached out to you at the beginning of the year, I sent some information about my inner warrior mindfulness course, and I know that's how we resonated, because I know you're very much about mindset and confidence, and I think that's where we began our conversations. And yeah, let's talk about some of the challenges as a fighter. Then in and obviously I'm very keen about the mind, and in all my interviews with fighters, I like to dig into a little bit into their journey, their fight camp journey. For you, when preparing for a fight, where do you find it most challenging? Is it getting out of bed? Is it just the having to go in every day? Is it the diet? Is it the nerves? Can you share a little bit of what goes
Yeah,
on?
I mean, for me, the hardest part is probably being tired all the time. Like I love training and I love training hard.
Hmm.
So getting to the gym to train wasn't very challenging. Like I always was quite motivated or disciplined to turn up. But it was being tired between your morning session and the evening session. Like I didn't really want to talk to anyone. Like
Mm.
I, I don't like sleeping because I feel like it's like wasting my day, but I have
Hmm.
to nap when I'm
Yeah,
in fight. And then yeah, I'm not very social and I just eat, sleep, train, eat, sleep. So that kind of following that same routine day every
hmm,
day is probably the hardest part for me.
yeah,
And just that not having any energy when you're not training for the
yeah,
few weeks. Because I like to socialize and I also like to work and like build up my business and like connect with people, teach other people, but I can't do any of that when I'm in fight camp because all my energy just goes into training.
yeah,
So yeah, that's probably the biggest challenge alongside the emotional roller coaster you deal with on the day of the fight.
yeah.
That's also not fun.
What about like the night before and the week of? Like, are you someone that deals well with nerves? I mean, do you get a lot of, anxiety and worry about, performance?
Luckily, I deal with anxiety quite well. I don't have too much of it.
Hmm.
But to be honest, my nerves for fighting have gotten worse than better
Hmm.
over the fight. I think more big down to like the pressure I put on myself and the pressure that I feel like from social media and things like that. I try not to let it get to me, but sometimes you can't help it. It just does.
Yeah.
So with things like that, I think that kind of makes me most nervous in the ring. But
Hmm.
there's a few things I tell myself, and I can get my head straight back in quite easily.
A lot of fighters, you would assume that the more fights you have, the easier it is that you get to deal with nerves. But with so many fighters, they say the more success you have, the bigger the stage. The more eyes are on you, the more followers you have, the more expectation, the more that you expect of yourself. And so you mentioned about, social media. You have a significant social media following. How did that go about? And
Um,
um,
yeah, like that kind of just started for fun during COVID. I didn't have much to do, like I couldn't
mhm,
work, I couldn't travel anywhere. So I just started creating video content and cool photos of Muay Thai in like beautiful places on Samui, like on the beach in the jungle.
mhm,
And it started to get more traction, and I was like, oh, people are liking this and it's fun. So I kept doing it, and then had more footage of training in the gym. And it started inspiring people. So I got loads of good messages, and that kind of kept me going more and more. And then somewhere down the line, one of my videos went viral. It got like 16 million views, maybe.
wow.
And yeah, so from that video, my following just skyrocketed within like a week. Um,
Uh,
and then now it's kind of slowly balancing out and it's been like this, but now
mhm.
it's growing again. But yeah, that's how the number just shot up like crazy.
So it was just posting, and then there was this one viral video that kicked this whole
Yeah,
algorithm off.
pretty
Oh,
much. Yeah.
and what's your kind of posting schedule like now?
So I try to post 5 to 6 times a week, and
Okay.
always in the evening my time,
Mhm.
because 8 p.m. Thailand time is generally when the whole world is awake.
Yeah.
So then it will blow up on
Everyone can get it at that time.
always
Yeah.
see it.
Mhm. Yeah. And where are most of your followers Would you say it's more the States, Europe,
A lot are
Asia?
based in the US, UK, some cities in South America, and some in Australia. It's very, very diverse.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
saying because Lopez sounds very Latin.
Yeah, so by blood I am half Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like it's my dad's side that is Spanish,
Yeah.
but as he was born and raised in the UK, never lived in Spain, he just
Yeah.
has UK passport. I have UK passport, so
Yes. Yes. Yes.
it's only the name really
Yeah.
and the looks.
Muay Thai specifically has kind of blown up in the past couple of years. Um, are you noticing that in Thailand? I guess with like the hordes of the phalangs, the foreigners that make their way to Thailand to come and train with the rise of the UFC and with One Championship and these other organizations. You seeing it there?
Definitely, I can feel it's getting bigger and bigger. We do see a lot more foreigners coming to Thailand doing like training camps, fight
Mm-hmm.
camps. I mean, I knew Muay Thai would grow as a sport, but I'm surprised how many people are actually interested in fighting as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of due to social media. Like either people see fighters on the stage and they want to be on there, they want to have the fame, or they read about the benefits of fighting, what it does to people, change their mindset, and they
Mm-hmm.
kind of want to dive into that path as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting to see how many people are. But for me, it's quite funny because I think everybody knows Muay Thai just because I'm always around it. I'm
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a thing, and then I
Mm-hmm.
travel to like the UK or somewhere in Europe, or I recently went to Sri Lanka and I'd say Muay Thai to random people and they'd be like, what's that? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what's that? How do you not know Muay Thai,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised how many people in the world actually still aren't aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think it's definitely growing quite fast.
Yeah. And where do you train out of? What's the gym?
Koh Samui,
I see, and that's the one you've always been at. Yeah.
that's my home.
Do you enjoy the entrepreneurial side of what you do? And I mean, do you consider yourself an entrepreneur?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's given me a very strong work ethic because it's for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a mission and I want to share Muay Thai, especially for younger women, just to help them with their mindset and confidence. So for me, like it's very motivating and it makes my work fun.
Mm.
So when I say I'm working, like I actually do enjoy it. And it's
Yeah.
not like a 9 to 5 that I'm dreading to do every day. And
Yeah.
it's allowing me to train as much as I want as well. Like I can choose my own hours, I can choose how much I want to work. So then
Mm-hmm.
I can actually do fight camps and keep training. It's good to have the balance.
Yeah, and you said you had a PT later on. Is that more the physical or the mental? Is it more the coach and confidence building, or is it more the actual physical Muay Thai?
At the moment, I'm doing a lot more physical Muay Thai
Mm-hmm.
private. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so like there's some girls on the island that either like they're young girls and they don't feel comfortable with like a Thai trainer or the language barrier, so they want a foreign young girl to train them. So I
Yeah.
have a few PTs like that, and just also I teach yoga in the gym
Mm-hmm.
to multiple people, part of the fitness retreat as well. So yeah, it's always mixed, but mainly physical at the moment.
Okay, so let's kind of look at 2024 as far as your aspirations and fighting aspirations, business aspirations. Can you give us a little share a bit of what's the plans?
So come 2024, I think I'm actually going to slow down with the fighting quite a bit and really focus on my own business.
Mm-hmm.
Really building up my personal brand. Like I'm in the process of building a coaching program, mainly for young women, but maybe I will reach out to everyone. I'm going to be developing my own apparel, like fitness apparel. So
Oh,
I'm going to,
nice.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also joining a fitness app from the UK. It's a company. They have strength training, yoga, dance, like multiple things. And I'm going to be the Muay Thai trainer. So that's going to
Lovely.
bring a lot of exposure, like especially to girls in the UK and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've got quite a few different things going on like the business side, and I'd
Yeah.
also like to do a little bit more traveling next year as well, kind of
Awesome.
explore
Yeah.
different countries, maybe bring Muay Thai to new places, to new people.
Hmm.
Um, I recently discovered surfing and I fell in love with it, so I'm sure next year I'll be spending a big block of time doing surfing.
Yeah. Well, it's do you also have a sense of a mission about you?
Yes.
You feel it, yeah, like the like you have a big purpose that you're out to do, right? You said this idea of sleeping almost feels like a waste of time because you should be out there doing something, right?
Yeah, I don't feel like I should be. I just want to be, like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
when I go to sleep, I'm like, oh my God, that's 9 hours of doing nothing. I
Mm-hmm.
know how important sleep is, so I do it. But like, there's just so much that I do want to do. Like, so yeah, I want to be
Mm-hmm.
awake and I want to be doing things as much as I can.
Kind of the 5 year picture, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's the dream?
I think further down the line, I would dream to have my own gym somewhere, ideally on like a beach. Um, I don't think I would stay in Thailand, maybe branch out somewhere else. Um, but I would like to have my own gym and perhaps make it almost like a franchise kind of model thing. So have a name for the gym and have that in multiple
Yeah,
different
yeah,
places.
yeah.
Um, but like a very specific gym that like welcomes young women, welcomes new people, like so there's no intimidation, like not a usual fighting gym, more of a fitness mindset, like healthy body, healthy life.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea now. Things change. We'll see.
No, it's lovely to hear and very, very inspirational, what you have achieved and the vision. So last question that I love to end on is, given this wonderful journey that you're on, what matters most to you?
For me, the biggest thing that I want to do is just to share what I've learned and share my success with other people so I can help them feel the way that I feel, be as successful as they want to be, help other people like have ambitions and be able to achieve the dreams that they have. And I feel like through Muay Thai fitness mindset, I can help a lot of people with this. So it's really rewarding when I hear people are like inspired and motivated by it and it helps change their lives. When I hear things like that, it really makes like fills up my soul. So yeah, for me, this is the most important.